Every Sunday night during session, I say goodbye to my wife and kids and make the 3-hour trek to St. Paul.
Posed as a 16-year-old girl and arranged to meet with him in Bloomington.
For a party that loves to point the finger at the LGBTQ and minority communities for being depraved criminals, say Republicans, I hear you like 'em young, but Cell Block 1 is exactly where this man is headed. Justin Eichorn, state senator in Minnesota, who was just picked up to catch a predator style. Despite constantly claiming to be protecting children, it always seems to be the Republicans causing them harm. And this history of criminal abuse goes all the way to the top, which we'll talk about later. I think there's no better person to describe this man than himself. Let's watch just a short clip of his campaign video so you can see the way he presented himself to the public.
Hi, I'm Justin Eichorn, your state senator, representing Itasca, Cass, and Beltrami counties. We've accomplished a lot over the last 4 years, but there's a lot more to do. So I'm running for another term in the Minnesota Senate. Every Sunday night during session, I say goodbye to my wife and kids and make the 3-hour trek to St. Paul to fight for our way of life, because day after day, it is under attack from Metro liberals.
No, I think our way of life is actually under attack by PDF files like this guy. Now that he's caught, let's take a look at what this monster was really like.
Breaking news right now. A Minnesota state senator just arrested, accused of soliciting a minor for prostitution. 40-year-old Senator Justin Eichorn is a Republican representing Grand Rapids. Bloomington police say that detectives posed as a 16-year-old girl and arranged to meet with him in Bloomington. Well, he was arrested after arriving in the area of the meeting spot. Eichorn was booked into the Bloomington jail, charges pending now with the Hennepin County Attorney's Office. And the Bloomington Police Chief Booker Hodges is saying in a statement, quote, as a 40-year-old man, if you come to the Orange Jumpsuit District looking to have sex with someone's child, you can expect that we're going to lock you up. We did reach out to the Senate Minority Leader, Mark Johnson. He told us he is just getting this information himself. He says he plans to have a full comment for us later in the day. Senate Majority Leader Erin Murphy releasing her own statement now saying in part, the felony allegation against Senator Eichorn is deeply disturbing and raises serious questions that will need to be answered by the court, as well as his caucus and constituents.
And wouldn't you know it, he was a classic Republican fear-mongering against trans people and other people in the LGBTQ community. He opposed a bill that would have taught kids in health class about sexual orientation, saying this: while we should try to figure out how to get through COVID, open businesses back up, and get kids back in school, this is what the House Democrats chose to focus on. Also, they want to teach this to elementary school kids. I don't know about you, but I don't want my elementary age kids learning this stuff. Before you know it, they'll be reading kids 50 Shades of Grey. This discussion is better had at a more mature age. Thankfully, the Senate will stop this and other crazy ideas. Well, wouldn't you know it, the pervert didn't want kids to be taught about sexual orientation. He thinks that would be too mature of a conversation for them. Incidentally, a lack of education in this area is exactly how abusers maintain power over their victims. Oftentimes, children don't even fully understand that they're being victimized. Advocating that children should go without reproductive health education and then turning around and abusing them is unfortunately par for the course.
On that motion, all in favor say aye.
The Minnesota Senate met in a brief floor session Monday morning, with the last Senate committee meeting at 4 p.m. At 5:46 p.m., Bloomington police arrested 40-year-old Justin David Eichorn near the 8300 block of Normandale in Bloomington. They say he was arrested without incident outside his vehicle by uniformed Bloomington police officers. A police statement says detectives communicated with the man who thought he was talking to a 17-year-old female and trying to arrange a meeting. He's been charged with soliciting under 18-year-old to practice prostitution, a felony. Condemnation of Eichorn's conduct was immediate.
And you better believe this guy was right in line with Trump's ideologies. Here's Benny Johnson, the idiot conservative commentator who didn't know he was taking money from Russia, who's bragging about Minnesota Senate Republicans introducing a bill that would classify Trump derangement syndrome as a mental illness. And who introduced this bill? None other than the happily married father of 4 himself. I guess I really shouldn't be surprised, since Trump is inviting the most famous rapists imaginable to the White House. It's like the Oval Office has become Mecca for weirdos and perverts. And Conor McGregor is worse than a weirdo and a pervert, he's a rapist. The poor woman had to get surgery after what he did to her. This man shouldn't be allowed into the country, let alone the White House. But I guess that's what happens when you elect a convicted sexual abuser. As Kendrick Lamar keeps telling us, these predators move in flocks. Nobody has has done more to protect the rights of abusers than Republicans. And seeing as the judge in the E. Jean Carroll case did clarify that what the jury found Trump did was in fact rape, I feel like I can legally safely say that there's PDF files in the Republican Party and rapists in the Oval Office. I'm Tony Hinderman with Really American, and I'll catch you next time.